Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Today I have a massive book haul. I haven't done a book haul in a few months and it's definitely shown because I have a lot of books I bought and I have a lot of books that have been gifted to me via publishers. So sit back, relax, it's going to be a long one. First, a word from the sponsor of this video, Book of the Month. If you don't know what Book of the Month is, it is an online book service for readers. So each month their team vets all of the book releases coming out that month, which is a lot, let me tell you. And they pick up to 7 selections for members to choose from each month. It used to be just 5, and now it's been bumped up to 7, which is even more options. So there's literally a book for everyone. They have so many different genres they feature every month. There's romance, sci-fi, historical, literary, nonfiction, sometimes the occasional young adult. You know, there's a book for everybody, and it's just an amazing thing. So as a member, you get to choose what book you want every single month. And in case you're not feeling any of the 7 selections, you can skip a month risk-free, no problem at all. You can pick up the next month. It's an amazing service and I love working with them because it's so customizable. You can pick out your book that you want each month. Not only that, but Book of the Month really features and puts a really heavy emphasis on debut authors as well as early releases. So sometimes if you're a member of Book of the Month, you can read a book before it's even out, which is amazing. And if you're even interested in Book of the Month, this is the time to check it out because they have an amazing deal for the month of December. If you use the code WONDER at checkout, you get your first book for only $5. Like that, don't walk, run to this deal because it's an amazing deal. Like if you have ever been interested in the Book of the Month and you're just like, I'm not quite sure, stop what you're doing because this is the month to check it out because $5 for a book is a steal. Like it's an amazing price. So I highly recommend checking them out. They're an amazing service. I picked up 2 books this month. Both of them I'm very excited about. All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. This is a mystery thriller about a mom whose son gets lost or kidnapped, I believe, and she's on the mission to find him. So it's going to be a very intense and hard-hitting one at that. And you know, 'tis the season. I picked Kiss Her Once for Me by Allison Cochran. And this is a holiday romance all about a fake dating relationship between Ellie and I believe the landlord, Andrew, and she actually falls for Andrew's sister. So it's got a lot of different things happening in it. Fake dating, pining for somebody else while you're in a fake dating relationship, all while set on the magical season of Christmas. Like I said, run, don't walk to this deal because this will not last forever. It's, you know, the holiday season, so they're doing this deal. So be sure to check it out. I'll leave the links down below for you to learn more about them. Love Book of the Month, always love them, always love learning what selections they're going to pick each month, and I hope you check out this deal. Now, let's get on to all of the many books. Like I said, I purchased a lot, like a lot. This is not all within a month. This is probably in the past 3 months, so just bear with me. It's a lot. It's a lot more for me than I usually do, but I'll order it all. I'm just going to grab the first one that I see. First up, Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read this on ebook. I was like so lucky to actually get an advanced reader's copy through NetGalley, and I was like, oh my gosh. If you guys don't know, I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. A lot of us do, okay? And I love this book. Definitely will be my favorite spend of the year. If you don't know what it is, it's about a tennis star named Carrie Soto. She was an amazing tennis player in the 90s. Think of kind of like Venus, Serena Williams status. And she like wins all the titles, all the cups and all those things. And she retires like thinking, I'm done, I'm good, I won all the things. But then, you know, a couple years after she's retired, a younger girl is coming to take back all of her a younger girl's coming to take all her titles, and Carrie's like, no, like I worked really hard for those, so I'm gonna come out of retirement and get those titles back. And it's a great book. I loved it. Really wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did because we glimpsed this character in another book of hers and I wasn't feeling her, but man, loved her. I bought a book I never thought I would buy, and that is Verity by Colleen Hoover. If you guys don't know, I don't like Colleen Hoover books. There, I said it, okay? You know, it's taken me a long time to admit certain authors that I don't like because they are some of the most favorite authors ever here on BookTube and just in the book world, book talk in general. But I've just come to be like, you know what? It's okay. I don't meld well with those authors. It's not a big deal. But I've heard a lot about Verity. And the reason why I bought this, because it's not a romance. Me and Colleen Hoover's romance do not get along. I just don't enjoy them. I heard a lot of really good things about her thriller, Verity. So I thought, hey, I've read her thriller kind of novella series Never Never and did enjoy it, so I thought I would like this one. So I don't know anything about this one, and I really don't want to know anything about it because I just want to kind of go into it with an open mind. Am I gonna rush to read this anytime soon? No. There's your answer. Then we have another thriller, and that is All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. She is actually the host of, I believe, a podcast, Junkie, which I think I've listened to a couple episodes before, but she's dipping her toes into actually writing, and that's always interesting. I haven't heard much about this one. I do know it's on the Goodreads Choice Awards, which could be a mixed bag either way for any genre I enjoy. All I know, it's about a girl kind of returning to her small town and trying to figure out a murder that happened there. It takes place in Indiana, and that's all I know. With thrillers especially, the less I know, the better, because you want to be thrilled. You want to be wowed. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not a thriller. I swear. I just stacked all these. I did not put them in any sort of order. Keep It in the Family by John Mars. I've read a few of his books before. I really enjoy them. One of my favorite books by his, one of my favorite thrillers altogether. I'm in the middle of reading The Passengers right now. Will I finish it this month? I don't know. Holiday romances and with my book slump, we'll see. But Keep It in the Family is his newest release one. All I know about this one, it's about this couple that buys this new home and the wife's pregnant, and then they see like a really scary thing etched into like the floorboards or something, and they find some scary stuff in the attic. That I like John Marsh, so I trust him. We have a completely random purchase. Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. I have never read anything by Lucy Score. A lot of people love Lucy Score, especially on Book Talk, so I thought I would try this one. I believe this might be her first traditionally published book. I could be eating my words on that one. I really don't know. All I know it's about this one, it's about two characters that are like house flipping. I think it's about a YouTube star, and it says as their summer gets downright steamy, they managed to demolish the emotional walls she spent years building, sending Maggie into a panic. So, house flipping, steamy times, we'll see. Some of these books, like, I want to make it a priority to get to ASAP. Some of them, we'll see. As I, always freaking say. I have Lucy Checks In by D. Ernst. This is one that intrigued me. This is about a woman that's in her 40s, and she's like a hotel manager at this really like luxurious hotel, and then I think it gets shut down or she gets laid off, and she's like, what the heck? So she decides to like move to France to manage the Hotel Paradise, and so she expects like this beautiful French Parisian hotel, and she gets there and it's run down. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be the manager, but you're also gonna like fix it up, and she's like, this wasn't in my contract. So it's all about that. I love books set in different countries to explore things, especially in France. I haven't heard too much about this one, so we'll see. Then I bought Cackle by Rachel Harrison. So I read a book by Rachel Harrison a few months ago called Such Sharp Teeth. It was a horror book, like about werewolves. It wasn't scary. In fact, I honestly can't comprehend why it's labeled as horror. That's just me. It kind of reads more of like a paranormal book with a lot of romance and yet a lot of sisterhood vibes into it. I enjoyed it, honestly. I really did. But I just don't know if I would label it horror. This one is one of her earlier ones, and I love the cover of it. All I know, it says a darkly funny, frightening novel about a young woman meeting a witch who might be too good to be true. So I think with her books, it's set in like a contemporary world with kind of paranormal elements into them. I don't know if I'll save this for the fall because, I mean, hello, but I really like Such Sharp Teeth, so I wanted to read another one of her books. Then we have another, I blame Target. Like, when I go to Target, sometimes I'll see a book and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. It's not good for my wallet. The Makeup Test by Jenny Lee Howe. I believe this is a debut novel, and it's about a girl that discovers her ex-boyfriend's been accepted into this thing, and basically they're both assigned to this same TA for the same professor. Okay, so it's gonna be like a second chance romance, kind of hate to love relationship thing going on. I, again, haven't heard a lot about that one. Then I bought one because everybody's been talking about it. Legends and Lattes by Travis Baltree. I have heard nothing but good things about it. Like, when I look at this cover too, I don't know why, I just get such World of Warcraft vibes, which... Fun fact about me, I was addicted to it, like, it was a long time ago, probably like 10 years ago. A level 50 class mage, ice mage at that, and my character's name was Gilmore, so it's me. But I was really, we both were into it too deep that we were like, we gotta stop. But I still always appreciate WoW, but it just reminds me of that. Tell me I'm not the only one. I believe it's about an orc even more Warcraft, that's like wants to settle down and like not be in the hubbub of war and stuff. So she opens up a coffee shop. So it's like a fantasy mixed with like a romance. So I've heard nothing but like heartwarming things about it. So I'm here for it. 2 holiday books that I'm planning to read for my readathon, 'tis the season-a-thon. Will I read them both? I don't know, but here they are. Just Like Magic by Sarah Hoggle. This is about a character that kind of falls in love with a Christmas spirit, like a Christmas spirit past or something. Super interesting. Very intrigued by that. So excited to read it. And then I have All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. This is about 2 characters that are kind of like on a American Idol show, and they have really amazing chemistry because they actually dated before, but nobody knows, a long time ago. And so the people that run the show are seeing like they have this amazing chemistry and people are vibing off of it, and so they're like, hey, fake date because the ratings are going up. And so they are paired together a lot. And this one I've heard a lot of good things about this one. This one not so much. So I think I might make this one a priority for the readathon. As always, time will tell. Then I have The Winners by Frederick Bachmann. This is the 3rd and I believe final book of his Beartown series. You guys know I love Beartown. It's my favorite book by this author. I've read all of his books, but it's a kind of bleak book, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a hard-hitting one about this town called Beartown. They're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Ice hockey's like their jam, and something happens that divides the town. I love this one. I love the first one. I did like the second one. I don't know if there needed to be a 3rd one, but good Lord, it's a freaking big book. I want to say it's almost 700 pages. Like, I was very excited when I heard it was being released, but I didn't know it was going to be this massive. So I haven't read it yet because of, number 1, the sheer size. And number 2, I know it's going to make me cry and make me sad. So I have to be prepared for that. Will I ever be prepared for that? I don't know, but I had to buy it because I love Frederick Bachmann. He's one of my favorite authors. We all know that. I have 2 more romances quickly. Partners in Crime by Alicia Rye. I've read several of her books before, so I had to purchase her newest one. This is about 2 characters that kind of have this fun adventure in Las Vegas. So I think it's just going to be a fun time. I really enjoy her books. And the last romance I bought was When in Rome by Sarah Adams. This is about I believe it's like an actress that gets stuck in this small town and then she starts baking things with this guy. It could be the worst explanation ever. It probably is, but I've heard cute things about it. And the last book I bought is one I have already read because my TBR pile is stacking up. Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young, another one of my favorite books of the year. This is set on a small island in like the Pacific Northwest, and it's got paranormal vibes. I think people expect more paranormal vibes. I did, but it's really kind of all about the secrets and lies this town has, and I really enjoyed it. If you want like kind of a dark, atmospheric read, this one is great for that. Definitely one of my favorites, and for sure one of my favorite covers of the year. Moving into the stack of books I have that I sent from publishers is also a lot, so we'll try to go through them quickly. I tried to organize them all by like publishers, but I probably failed. First up, Berkeley. I love Berkeley. They sent me Loathe to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. She actually released this past summer, like I want to say the first one was in March and then it kind of finished up in August. 3 different short stories. It was called the STEMinist series. And so Berkeley decided to put it all, wrap them up all in one book, which I think is great because I read them all and enjoyed them. So we have Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero. They're all taking place with 3 best friends and they all find love. They're all steamy, very smart women, and it was a good time. And we have another book I have read, Well Traveled by Jen DeLuca. This is the 4th book in her kind of Well Met series where it's all about like a Renaissance fair. I have such a troubling time with this series. Love the first book, loathe the second one, enjoyed the 3rd book. This one was okay. I think it was a lot to do because the characters from the 2nd book were in this, which I wasn't really driving well with, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of over this series. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It was just okay. I don't know if this is the last book in this series. I kind of hope it is, but it was like not the worst book, but I didn't really love it as much as I wanted to. And then I believe the last book they sent me is The Spice Master at Bistro Exotic by Samantha Verdant, and I don't know anything about this one. A talented chef discovers how spices and scents can transport her, and more importantly, how self-confidence can unlock the greatest magic of all, love. Oh, that sounds cute. So there you go. I'm guessing what it's about. She goes to Paris and learns about bistros and spices, and I haven't heard anything about it, but it looks super cute. I was so kindly sent, Have I Told You This Already? Stories I Don't Want to Forget to Remember by Lauren Graham, aka Lorelai Gilmore. This is her like third memoir book. I've read Talking as Fast as I Can, which I did enjoy, and then she had another one, I think. This one's very, very short. I'm hoping to read it for my readathon. It's like under 200 pages, yeah. And I might audio listen to it, so it's just a memoir of different stories with her. She's funny, she's hilarious. We all know I love her, hence Gilmore Girls. Then I have Lucky Streak by Tiff Marcelo, and this is What Happens Stays in Vegas Unless You're Meant to Stay Together. And so I think these people hook up in Vegas and then they reunite again at their hometown in North Carolina in the Outer Banks, I believe, which is really fun because the author sent like actual photos of her at the beach. And I'm from Virginia and I have visited the Outer Banks several times. So I know OBX really well. Well, not really well, but you know, I know of it and I go to it a lot. So this will be interesting reading a book set in OBX because I'm so familiar with it. And a fun book I got is Galentine's Day. This is the official guide to friendship, fun, and cocktails from Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is one of my favorite shows, and I love Galentine's Day. Galentine's Day is the day before Valentine's Day. You celebrate with all your girlfriends, and you have a great time. Haven't celebrated it like officially. I need to one year, but time. But this basically has a whole bunch of recipes in it. Like, you've got this. Jammed thumbprint cookies and homemade valentines for your gal pal. Stop dreaming tie-dye pillowcase. So it's got more of the recipes in it. April's dinosaur shaped tea sandwiches. So it's funny. I think it's just really great. Oh, look at this. Jen Calamezzo's Gotcha Martini. That's hilarious. If you're a fan of Parks and Rec and you're looking to give somebody a gift for Christmas, this would be a great one to do because it's just a fun, like, tabletop book. I have a whole series. I don't know if the series is complete, but either way, I have the first 4 books from Bloom. It's the Twisted Love series, I believe, by Anna Huang. And I believe that, I want to say, please forgive me, that these were first independently published, or maybe not. Maybe they just got redesigned with covers. I do know the covers have been redesigned. I think she was independently published and then this got picked up. So I don't know. I don't know anything about this other than this is a pretty big series. I have heard a lot of people rave about it on Book Talk and things like that. I don't know though. Should I check this one out? Let me know. I'm very happy they sent me the whole series because this is a lot of books. I'm intrigued. Then I have a book from Sourcefire Books. I believe this last stack is YA books. So I put that last because I don't read a lot of YA anymore. So these are stories about the woods around Salvation Creek, about the people who have gone missing, told entirely through first-person police interviews of 4 teens. This riveting YA mystery asked what really happened to their friend. Oh crap, I'm intrigued now. Oh wow, it is. It's literally told in just interview format. And I'm actually really down with that. I've read a few books like that and they work for me. So I might check this one out because it sounds really interesting. And since it's told in like an interview format, it should probably, hopefully, go pretty quickly. A graphic novel called The Forest Hills Bootleg Society. This one looks intriguing. I don't read a ton of graphic novels, but every time I get one, I'm like, man, I should read them more because I do enjoy them. I don't know. This is Brooke and her friends have a plan. It involves low-key copyright infringement, minor theft, and secret business that runs strictly on cash. These 4 friends will have the morals tested, their deepest insecurities, and all while selling bootleg anime DVDs. That's pretty freaking awesome. I remember in high school when burning things was the jam, and I would buy a new CD, and I would get a whole bunch of blank discs so I could burn them, and I would charge some people for them. Like, I remember very distinctly, I got the new Evanescence CD. I didn't make that much money. It was probably like $5 a pop, but either way, I do remember at least selling one of those, so I'm familiar with the world of like bootleg stuff, especially LimeWire. If you're as old as me, you remember LimeWire. That's all I have to say. So this is interesting. I might check this one out. And then I have a Christmas one, Talk Santa to Me by Linda Urban. And this one just says she just wants to earn money to get a used car, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Christmas Tree Farm. I don't know. I haven't had the best luck with young adult Christmas books. Then I have, this is definitely, yeah, Simon & Schuster. The Spells for Lost Things by Jenna Evans Welch, which I have read a lot of her books before. This is about a character named Willow. Oh, Willow makes me think of Buffy. She wants to travel the world, and they explore a coastal town in Salem. Oh man, this is kind of like a fallish one. I feel like sometimes I really do want to read a little bit more away just to see how I'm feeling, trying to like scope it out. So I might do that next year. I don't know. And the last one is Delicious Monsters by Lizelle Sambury. This cover is amazing, if I could probably even show it correctly. This is coming out in February, and it's about a character named Daisy who sees dead people. This girl investigates the mansion in the present. Daisy's story runs parallel in the past, both times propelling the girls to face the most dangerous monsters of them all, the things that hide in plain sight. So you can see with this cover, you have like, I'm guessing this is the present time, this is the past. So it's very interesting. I've heard a lot of buzz about this book. It's a pretty lengthy one too. It's like 500 pages, so that's a lot. That was a lot of books. Like a lot of these books are gonna be added to my TBR card. Will I have room for them all? No, but we're gonna try anyway. Thank you again to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching it. As always, I will see you in my next video. Bye.